aims to help people find new ways to eat at home while providing opportunities for chefs and restaurants as well, all with the use of technology. And with me is the CEO, Pasit Viwakarkul, to explain Obaki. So we've chatted a little bit before.
Right.
I think this sounds like a great idea. So,
thank you so
I guess
much.
give me an overview. How does Obaki work?
So Obaki is kind of similar to Airbnb and Uber mixed together. We allow chefs to go in there, it could be any skills. They sign up profile, and once they create a profile, people can book them by their specialties, the way they cook. They can also host their location as well, so people can go eat at their location. Or if you want to spice them up, have a party, you can book them over and they can cook for you.
Yeah, and you were saying you could also book like entertainment.
Right, you can also book live band. You could also sleep at their place if they host their bed as an Airbnb. It's a unique way to make more incentive for the cooks and chefs as well. Yeah.
And I know you kind of have a bigger mission too of
Right.
helping people,
Right.
helping restaurants.
Right.
I mean, we've been through, a
Right.
global pandemic.
Yes.
I mean, explain how the company can work to help people.
See, Jane, when I was there in Thailand in early 2020, I've seen companies and restaurants booming. And overnight, it just completely changed.
Right.
And most of these people, what they do is they cannot go back because of high rent costs. And no one's going to set up traditional restaurant anymore. So if we find a way of what if they can host their locations and make incentive out of it, which minimize huge amount of costs for them. And they could put the money back to their pocket. And what we also help is that we allow chefs, kind of like Uber and Airbnb, to make their own incentive, be your own boss kind of way. Because right now, these days, about 50% of Thailand is self-employed, which is crazy.
That's
and
interesting,
that's during 2020, Jane. Imagine the number now of how much it is. So if we can help them and actually bring back that 30% and 50% of people losing their job, that's what Obaki is aiming for.
And you started the business in Thailand, right?
Right.
But you're bringing it to the U.S.
Yes, we expanded to right now India, Thailand. In India, we expanded to Indore, New Delhi, and Mumbai. For Thailand, we're spreading around all northern, southern, eastern, west, and right now we're bringing it to the States, the U.S. Yes.
And then how big are you? How big do you think you can get? And what's your
Yes.
roadmap to get there?
So right now the roadmap is we got a lot of tons of good feedback from chefs. We create a chef dashboard for them to manage everything, monitor incoming, outgoing order, their payment, their when people book them. And right now is a really good roadmap for us because we already have substantial amount of users during COVID time, which peaked. Our roadmap by the end of this year in 12 months is about 1 million users, 2 million users.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would that make you a unicorn?
We never think of self or a unicorn. We just want to get people on board. That is our main mission, is to really help the local cooks and chefs. And that's what Obaki main thing is. The whole unicorn thing is like, right, you become a unicorn, but our mission is like, what if we can actually bring back those percentage of people into the workforce instead of just being out there with no food. And these people, they have skills and DNA that they can cook. So why not bring them in?
Well, and I'm sure that people would love to have like a dinner party and not have to cook, have somebody else come and just enjoy themselves.
Right.
So it really sounds like an interesting idea. So how did you come up with the idea?
So in Thailand, it's funny because when we were there during COVID, people still bring their grandma over to cook, or they bring someone down the block to come cook. And we're like, if they still do that, and that's in the culture, why don't we create a system that actually legitimize that culture and create incentive for them? And the whole Thailand scene and pretty much tourism scene in Southeast Asia is homestay. Foreigner will come to homestay, they will sleep with some random family, and the family will cook for them. So that's a spark of idea. Right?
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Now, are there any other apps doing this?
There is other app, but they're mostly kind of like local chefs creating food and deliver to people, but never the authentic feeling of the chefs coming to you or you going to the chefs.
Interesting.
Right.
So that's how you differ from some of the other kind of food preparation apps out there.
Yes.
So, I mean, what's your goal like for jobs? And I mean, how does all that work?
So our goal is to create as much job as possible and create sustainability. Right now, the whole tourism situation is we cannot wait for it. We don't know when it's going to come back. And these chefs have the problem is that they only have seasonal job, but if we can make their cook skills full-time all year round, that's our key target right there.
And it is kind of COVID friendly.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
we background our chefs completely. We background the user completely. Everything got to be clean, COVID regulatory, we pretty much have kind of standard where it's got to be clean, no matter if you bring the equipment or the equipment go to you. So COVID is no problem for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of investors, I know you have gotten some
Right.
investment money.
Right.
Explain like what you're doing with that. What kind of feedback are you getting from
Yes.
investors and customers?
So right now we got a few angel investors, but our mindset is always bootstrap. To this day, even we expand to US, India, and Thailand, we're still in bootstrap mode. We got a few good funding, and a lot of feedback is they love how we create a chef dashboard for the chefs and the user friendliness of booking, finding all the amenities like live bands, sleepover at host. That's what people like. Our money right now, the goal is to raise 950K, which is going toward marketing, finding key players and pinpoint to actually go into deep dive into Thailand and India more better, and even US. And just influencer and marketing, that's where our strategy is right now.
Yeah. And when do you think you might be launching in the US?
We'll be launching in about 2 months from now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we already did the beta. It's pretty much live right now, the iOS and Android. So it's good to go. Just 2 months. Right now, the whole logistic and operation, we're working with the FDA and multiple government agencies to see like
goodness. Okay.
what's the regulatory is.
Yeah.
And a lot of them is pretty good right now. Yeah.
Okay, well, wonderful to hear about Obaki. It was
Thank you.
great, and what an interesting concept. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank you.
Hassett, for coming by.
Thank you so much, Jane.
Thanks.